Jones? The types of things you get up to?
Yeah, I mean, in the morning, if I don't have like a photo shoot right in the morning, or any like 7 a.m. call time, I get up at like 9. I get Starbucks with my boyfriend, or I go to like breakfast with my mom and my boyfriend, and then I basically just like come down to LA and do whatever I have to do because every day is so different. Sometimes I have absolutely nothing to do, and most of the time it's like, well, this whole like 2 months have just been so crazy preparing for the EP. I just went to New York, Michigan, St. Louis. Like I've done so much traveling. But when I was recording my EP, it was like vocals in the morning, and then writing from like 2 to 6, and then recording the song. So it's like literally whatever I'm doing at that time is what all the time is invested into.
Right. So it's
So
sort of going all in.
right now it's mainly just like being on my phone and my laptop, like getting things done and just preparing. Like I can't even really say exactly like what I'm doing, but like
this just changes every day.
it,
Sure.
yeah, it's just like right
Could you
now it's
imagine?
just preparing.
I mean, like, this is a long time ago as well. Like a lot of these platforms and things you're even doing now probably wasn't even around when you were first starting out and figuring out that you like dancing, figuring out you want to get into it. Like, could you have imagined this lifestyle that you're living now?
No, I could never have imagined that. Like I don't even know, when I go back to Michigan to visit, it's so different. It's just so much slower pace, and like you don't wear like Balenciagas, and like you don't like, everything is just so much different now. Not even that I just live in LA, but just like social media, and I can reach like 5 million people in an instant. And like back then you'd have to like put up posters for your show, or like at your local like candy store to like promote your concert. But now it's like you have an EP dropping, I press like share on my Instagram, and all these people know about it. It's so crazy that like I didn't even expect to have 100,000 followers ever. You know, like when you hit that, you're just like, oh my gosh. And then it just like keeps going. I don't know.
Just keeps on taking off. Do you remember like a pivotal moment, Jordyn, when you like something happened that you went, wow, like this is real. Like this might turn into a full-time job?
I don't think I've hit that moment yet.
I mean, I think you have. Like, do you remember a little moment when you went, okay, wow, like this is really taking off?
Yeah, I don't really like think that. I don't know. Like for dancing, like for me was when I got Elite Protege. Like it was the happiest thing that had ever happened to me. And then like for rapping, it was like when I won Iggy Azalea's Ryan Seacrest's cover contest. I was like, wow, like I just won like best cover for that song that was huge at the time, and I was like, wow, I could really like make it in rap. But yeah, singing hasn't happened to me yet. Like there hasn't been a moment where it's like I felt like just like that moment yet. So I know it's coming.
I've made it moment.
Yeah, like
sure. What about
the EP is dropping, so that's gonna be like the best thing for me, because I've literally waited a year for that to happen. So I feel like in that moment will be like so much like pressure off, and just like I'm just putting it in everyone else's hands at that moment.
Gotcha. Okay. And what about your social media following? When did that really explode?
I would say there was kind of 2 times where it like was like boom and then like boom. And the first time was when I was on Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition.
Yep.
I think I went to like 500,000 followers, and then I hit 1 million when like Banji was like another time, but then like just like rapping, like my YouTube videos that were like blowing up, it just like was like another time. But it was just like back then everything was just a blur, and I can't remember, but yeah, like Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition, like Banji, and I think that's like
those two really
those
put you
two
on that.
like.
What is Banji? What does that even mean?
Banji, it means be authentic, never jeopardize individuality. It's a cover I did of.
Did everyone else know that? Am I like way behind it?
No, I don't think anyone knew that. Unless
did you make that up, or is that a thing?
It's a cover of Sharia J's song that Missy Elliott produced.
Gotcha.
And she like did a little line in it too. But she made it up, and that video went super viral for me. It was the first video I ever put out of me rapping And like literally I was wrapping it in my kitchen. My mom was like, we should like record this. So that's how it all started for me, was me in my kitchen. And then the next second I was in a recording booth, and I was luckily I had like practice with that before because I was in the girl group. But yeah, like that was the first video I did.
What I ask everyone, Jordyn, on this show is generally why, for starters, like what you do, there's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of girls that would kill you where you're at, right? Every day people are starting YouTube channels. Like you ask like a 14-year-old now, like what they want to be when they grow up, and there's a majority of them who would say a YouTuber or or whatever. And I ask everyone why they think they broke through on the platform, or why they think they broke through as a creator. But instead of asking you, thought I might bring this guy on and ask him. And I'll rephrase the question in case you didn't hear it, Jordyn. But welcoming onto the onto set, Jordyn Beau.
Hola.
This is impromptu, mate. So Jordyn has seen so much success, right? Why do you think that is? Why do you think she has cut through the noise in a really oversaturated market?
Wait, real quick. What I would say is I haven't yet, so I want.
Yeah, she's being humble out here.
It's too modest, mate. You're killing it.
I'd say especially like at a young age, because that's where it all started, and we always like talk about this. Especially me and her mom, is like there was no little tiny blonde girl rapping when she was like 14, whatever, 10, whatever.
I mean,
11.
You're still tiny now. I can't imagine.
Oh yeah, exactly. You see her, she's so little, and then this little blonde girl like getting all like hood on it, you know, spitting out rap songs, and it's like that. I think is why they all blew up on YouTube at the time. I think she was always like one step ahead. So like all her music videos, you couldn't even really differentiate them from a music video you see right now. Yeah. Even from like an influencer standpoint.
And I started Instagram, so like it was like I always knew it was like gonna be something.
She's always a step ahead, and like all that stuff I think popped off with the compliments of dancing and everything along the way. And she's always changing, always evolving. Even now, like just going to music, I think when something starts to just, I'd say like flatline, she just lifts it up with something else again. And then she's always, I don't know, she has good people around her, like especially her mom. I always tell her mom, like she's a genius. Like she is the ultimate, she's not even her manager, but I would literally call her the ultimate momager. Like she built her career from the ground up.
Yeah.
And I don't think she gets enough credit for that. And like, and it's funny, when I was over listening about like, talking about her mom literally wakes up in the morning and like, she does not care about herself whatsoever. It's like, what am I doing? As if she was in her brain, what am I doing for my daughter today? Like, how am I? It's crazy.
Incredibly selfless.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, her mom had to go to prison for the rest of her life to benefit her somehow. She would, without even like.
What's your mom's name?
Kelly Jones.
Kelly Jones.
She's a professional.
And Tim Jones.
Tim Jones, a king.
We hear you guys, the real MVPs, huh?
Yep.
That's amazing, and I love. It's always fun watching you two because you seem to just like really complement each other's careers and just complement each other like you're a really great little team. You know, how do you guys work together? Do you help each other? Do you give each other advice? Do you know?
Yeah, I feel like we both help each other like literally equally. Like I feel like there was a time where like I was so, because I'm trying to be like so creative in like my space and like writing and making like my own ideas. So like I was like not helping him, but now I feel like I'm giving all my ideas to like him.
And I mean, and even I liked what you said before, that Jordyn was the one that was like, hey, you need to be monetizing, you know, because sometimes like you can get so caught up in what's going on, you actually don't. It's hard to pull your head up, you know, and get a better perspective. Do you feel like you give each other a bit of perspective?
Yeah.
I think on everything too, like business, life. It's just like there's so much. We both grew up completely different. And obviously, I definitely grew up on the more normal side of things. When she grew up age like there's so many things I'd say you'd notice in her personality if you really, really knew her that like I would say is lacking like normal, like being raised normal, because she wasn't. Like from ages 10 and up, she was literally in front of the spotlight dancing, like just head deep in career. Yeah. When people like us, I'd assume, were just like, we had free time. We weren't worried about our career. Temecula, so I grew up like all action sports.
And I never
he's getting in trouble dancing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, people would be like, why don't you ever do fun stuff? Like I would literally wake up, have breakfast, go to school, go to dance, go to sleep. Like there was nothing.
There was no fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like on weekends it would be rehearsal from 11 to 8 or 11 to 4. Like,
and that's why I think
dances.
Like the things that she grew up that I didn't. Like I missed out on a lot of that life. Like I started still young, like 16. I was literally like self-sufficient, because I figured out what we all did, how to turn what I'm loving and what I'm doing into a job. But for her, it's like she teaches me things that I don't know, and I teach her. There's so much that we can help with each other.
Yep.
And I think what's cool, we always say, is our careers are so different with similarities in the middle, which is why it works. Like, I think if we were
both YouTubers,
it's hard to be with someone outside of the space. It really is, because they don't understand. It's a weird world we live in. It's like explaining to someone, like, you're self-employed, you don't have a boss.
Yeah.
And then it's always like conflicting. So we're in the same space, which helps, but at the same time, we're not exactly in the same space, which gives us enough like separation and independence.
All right, guys, I'll let you off soon. I just want to play a little game with you guys to finish off, called Five First. And I guess, seeing as you both together, I'll make the first two about you two, and then we'll go off. So, Five First. Out of when you guys first met, who made the first move?
Me, technically. There's like different stations. You made like the first ever form of interest.
Because I was like, I like you.
I was in a situation though where like it was like I kind of had to step back, and I was trying to step back, and she stepped in, and I was like,
but then he made the first like move.
Yeah, like then I made the first like physical move, obviously.
Right, right, gotcha. Who dropped the album first?
You said, I think I'm falling in love with you.
No, I told her I was falling in love with her, but I wasn't like
no, you
just
said
letting her know.
He said he thinks he's falling in love with me, and then the next day he said that he loves me. But
So
this was like a week after we started dating. We just like, you literally do know. Like, there's a certain time or person
Well, yeah, it was like a month and something, and
that you know.
and we were both people that just like fall quick.
It was
And
a
especially
month
when you
from
meet,
we started.
especially looking back on it now, it's like obviously there's a reason why we were falling fast, because we were like meant to be together. So it like happened that way. It's hard to like. I always thought it was hard to like hold back on like feelings like love and stuff like that.
Actually, last time when me and Jordyn did our interview, most of it was him gushing about you, just to let you know. But you did mention that back then. Okay, and onto the work side of things. First, for each of you, first viral video.
Banji.
Banji?
I had so my channel used to be with my brother. A lot of people know that, and we used to put out more car content. Now I have a separate channel for cars, but we had a video where we went on Rodeo Drive. We were trying to figure out like what would people click on, what would people watch. Like the video, they literally would be like, "Oh my god, I have to watch that." And we made a video where we asked exotic car owners, like super car owners, what they do for a living, because it was something that we wondered and everyone wondered. And we put it up, and it was one of those videos that like in a week it just was like whatever, and then boom, we're just like, what is going on? It like hit the algorithm and just blew up. And to this day, still, like if you go look at it, and every month it just grows, always. Like,
yeah. Okay, first time you were recognized in public.
I have no idea.
No idea?
I have no idea.
But it was when I thought I had like absolutely no one that knew who I was. I know that. Like it wasn't even like after Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. It was like before like everything. I don't even know.
Last one. First celebrity crush.
Mine was Cameron Boyce.
I'm so bad with celebrity crushes. Like
Mine was Jasmine from Aladdin.
Really, like that, like animated Jasmine,
literal cartoon. Like 7-year-old me did.
There's been some like when I first watched Frozen, like I was about Elsa a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell my girlfriend, but
sorry guys, you're coming from a guy whose first crush was a cartoon. So that's do with that. So, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, man.
No worries. Thank you,
again.
guys. I literally just pulled Jordyn Beau on impromptu. Thank you for doing that, mate.
Of course.
Yeah, no idea.
Always prepared.
Glad you were listening. My name's David Brinkman. You've been watching the How'd You Do It podcast, and we'll catch you next time. If you like what you saw, make sure you check out some of our other videos right here, and also be sure to subscribe to our channel right here for new videos coming